But I want to come back to the United Kingdom now because we have Debi and David in the studio, Heath French. Great to have you with us. David is a major in the Royal Army Medical Services, and you're involved in the Forces Equine Games, but actually getting there is going to be perhaps a little bit more of a trial than, you know, hopping on the train or going on the car. David, tell us what you're up to.
So on behalf of our not-for-profit organisation, Forces Equine, I'm doing a charity cycle ride from the Kelpies just outside Stirling all the way down to Coventry. It's about 650 kilometres over 5 days. And the idea behind it is to try and raise as much money as possible for our 4 charities that support our members that are made up of the people within Forces Equine itself.
So tell us about those charities. We've got SAFA, who support serving veterans and families in the armed forces, the NHS charities Together, who support NHS staff, Police Care UK, who support serving retired partners and families of people in the police, and the firefighters charities, who do much the same thing for people who work in the or have worked in the fire service. Debi, you're supporting David in all of this. Why have you chosen these charities?
Our members from Forces Equine are made up of those sort of communities. So we have serving dependents, veterans, or ex-serving people in the police, the prison service, all those sort of things. And we wanted to really give something back to all of the charities. So we thought we'll try and raise this £10,000 and split it 4 ways, and yeah, try and make a difference, to be fair. Our main thing we try and support is mental health. And they all sort of touch base and support that, and horses give off pheromones, so that's why the two go really
So what
well
does Forces
together.
Equine do? Tell me about the mental health aspect of that and what you do at Forces Equine.
So Forces Equine, we have an annual show every year, and we bring like-minded individuals together. It's great because if they've had a bad week at work or a couple of months or whatever, they can talk to like-minded individuals who really understand what they're going through, and they can take it as seriously as they want to. We've had people go off to Global Champions, which is a massive deal, Royal Windsor, or you've got low-level people like myself now that just want to enjoy time with their horses and time with people that are in the same boat.
And you yourself, you're a veteran of Royal Signals in the British Army, and you've had your own battles with mental health, haven't you?
Yeah, I got diagnosed with PTSD in 2003. It wasn't to do with service, but I was still married to somebody in the military. It was to do with the death of my son. So I know what it's like to try and get out of bed every day and just go, come on, today's going to be a good day. And I do it really well, and I run my own business, and I run Forces Equine for nothing, which is what we all do. So yeah, I know what people are going through, and it's just geeing people along. I get lots of phone calls from our members who know they can talk to me, and I know I can talk to them. So yeah, it's a really good organisation. I'm very proud of it, and so is David.
And David, you're heavily involved as well. Why did you decide to do the bike ride? This is a different type of trusty steed to raise money for Forces Equine.
Yeah, well, I mean, we always try and raise money year on year through Forces Equine and through Forces Equine Games. But we wanted to go a little bit step further. So we came up with the idea that I like to push myself through certain physical challenges. So I decided to take on this particular ride. We thought,
have you ridden this far before?
No, I haven't. So up until last year, it was the first time I'd been on a bike for 25 years.
Wow.
So that was interesting. And I did a little coast-to-coast ride last year, just as a kind of a warm-up challenge.
As you do. You know, where do you sleep, and where are you going to sleep? Because surely if you ride too much or too little, you're going to have to sleep somewhere else. You can't just decide where it is over the 5 days. Yeah,
absolutely. Well, there is a bit of planning to it. So we do have the luxury of staying in a nice warm bed in a hotel every night. So all we have to focus on is just covering our distances throughout each day and each challenge, knowing that we can just sort our kit out, get some food and get some sleep, and then get up and do it all over again the next day.
And is it just you, or are there others taking part as well?
There's a couple of other people who are supporting me along the ride, and they're doing maybe a day or 2 days with me.
Yeah.
But ultimately it will be myself doing the whole 5 days.
And the sort of the end of this then is the Forces Equine Games. I don't know about that. Debi, tell me a bit about what happens there.
So the Forces Equine Games is a 2-day event annually that we do. It's happening at Western Lawns, which is the Western Lawns Equestrian Conference and Event Centre down in Coventry and Bedworth. And the guys will be able to come down and do show jumping, dressage, and what's called combined training. So that's basically the 2 events together. We all have overall champions. It's got great sponsorship, all of our sponsors, and we're getting more every day. They're getting involved. like Black Heart Equestrian, they're brilliant. They give us rugs. So they've given us 50 show rugs, which our guys just love and cry when they win them. But it's a great event. It really is a great event. All we pray for is sunshine.
Of course, and horses are such an incredibly important part of what the forces do, aren't they? They help so many of our servicemen and women. And David, how important have horses been in your military career?
Well, I haven't worked directly with military horses, but I do know an awful lot of people within the mounted regiments within the armed forces. Obviously, they make up as some of our members, but also we have people who are mounted police as well, up and down the country, and even the other services like the NHS and the fire service and the other supporting agencies. They have their own equitation associations, their own teams, so they go out and compete at things like Royal Windsor, where they can dress up and get into uniform and compete against each other. And Forces Equine Games is just an extension of that. We bring people together, represent their own communities and compete against each other and have a bit of a laugh at the same time.
Does it get pretty competitive, Debbie?
Yes. They claim it doesn't, but yes, it does.
Of course it does.
Yeah,
of course
they
it
do.
does. That's
They
great.
all want to win a frilly or a, no, it does. They do, yeah.
Great stuff. And Debbie, if you want to support you and you want to support David, what's the best way to do that?
So if you go to our website, which is fegames.uk, you can go to /donate if you want to donate. But if you go to fegames.uk, you can see the challenge, charity challenge. Everything is listed on there. And also if they want to get involved in the event, they want to compete or come down and support or sponsor, just visit the main website. All the information is there, Peter.
Great stuff. Debbie and David, thank you very much. And thanks for coming into the studio as well on that website. One more time is fegames.uk. David's doing the bike ride, and then it's the equine games are happening, so he'll have certainly been on a couple of saddles anyway as time goes on. So thank you both very much to Debi Heath French and Major David Heath French as well. He's in the Royal Army Medical Services.